Hello everybody, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by the death metal band Job for a Cowboy with their newest release, Moon Healer. It has been 10 years since this band has released their previous record, Sun Eater, so I find Sun Eater and Moon Healer to be interesting name choice for Moon Healer especially because there's definitely got to be some connection there in terms of the writing, but I don't really know because I actually haven't listened to Job for a Cowboy until now. Honestly, I think for what this album offers is I like the idea that the drive they have with each track. I feel like there's kind of bringing that classic energy of just the death metal that they've pretty much been doing for the past how many years. They've been doing more death metal focused stuff than deathcore, which, to be honest, all these fucking genres I'm getting completely confused half the time, because I actually thought this was a deathcore band, but no, this is a death metal band. But I think with the instrumentation they definitely hit out the park again. There's some great elements, and I think some of the riffs here are just absolute bangers and a half. The only downside is minus outside of the riffs and what I consider funky bass, which the bass line is just so funky and works really well with each track. I love the addition of the bass. I feel like there's not really much you can take from this record after listening to it for at least the first few times. Nothing necessarily stood out to me other than just the instrumentation. I think the vocals were fine, but there's not really many lyrics, not really anything that kind of pulled me in. I think Moon Healer's strength is definitely showing how capable the musicians are, rather than showing how flexible this album can be. And while I do enjoy an album that's just there for a fun time, that this one kind of feels a little lackluster in terms of what it's trying to offer there. Now, it is really good. Okay, I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this one, and I have as well actually been interested. And while it isn't necessarily what I expected, I still feel like there's a lot of just raw potential and just some really clean-cut production sound on this that just makes this album intriguing to me. This record it just goes by like that, though. It doesn't feel like you're listening to it for a long time. It just feels like you're just going from this journey. It just beyond the chemical doorway to the forever rot. It doesn't feel like 39 minutes length of the album. It honestly feels shorter than that, but that's just because you just can breeze through each track. Matter of fact, Beyond the Chemical Doorway transitioned into Etched into Oblivion just like that, to the point I didn't even notice that the song changed. You're just kind of going from one drive to the next, and sometimes it just continues that flow going, and I absolutely enjoy that. There's just a lot. Honestly, I'd say it's a fun album. I just kind of wish more stood out as well, because I feel like there's not really anything from the vocalist that just kind of stood out to me. I just think there's just some riffs here and there that I really enjoyed, and as a whole nothing's bad. I just think I just felt like there should have been a little bit more for this record, but Moon Healer nonetheless is great. I think even the titles are fantastic. The sun gave me ashes, so I sought out the moon. Into the crystalline crypts. There's just a lot of detail, pretty much like detail and depth put into the titles, and then there just isn't really any lyrics that intrigue me. But still, I think the journey for this record is a fun one. It's pretty much what I have to say. I don't really know necessarily what else to put in at that point, but I like the bass a lot. As I mentioned, it's funky, it's fun, and it just brings out a fun little light into this record. It's just a fun album. It's not one I think is, perfect, it's not a masterpiece, but there's a lot of fun ideas that just makes it for a worthwhile to listen. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. So that is my review on the new Job for Cowboy record. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.